Hello everyone. Random 595 here.
Hey,
Today I'm joined by Koro, and we
hi.
are going to review the new Minesweeper high difficulty world record. Alrighty.
So we're here on Mufasa's profile. Um, First, yesterday something happened. Something really special on the difficulty scene of the game. Uh, a new world record has been cleared. The board is 100 by 100 with 2,400 mines, and this Mufasa is the player who did it. So it's an unknown player, like nobody knew who it was. So today we I did a little research about it, and first we're gonna reveal who this player is actually is, and then we're gonna analyze the game and yeah, just comment over it.
Alrighty. Jumping right in, Koro did a bit of investigation and asked Mufasa some questions. We can see the chat logs here.
Yeah, I sent the screen. So yeah, I was curious. I saw the board. I'm really an HD player, so I'm really aware of what's going on about HD boards that get cleared. So I usually congrats everyone who gets a good board. So here it was a world record. So I congratulate him. I congratulated him, and I was curious who it was. So you can see I asked um, how he could be so good, and yeah, I thought, wait, Mufasa is in the Lion King, right? Scar is also on the Lion King, so yeah, it was suspicious. So this is the end of the conversation. Um, what do you think about it?
All I
Do you
gotta
think
say is that someone had to do it.
yeah,
And that someone, you're right, it was me, it was Scar. So I made a new account, I joined WOM again, and yeah, I set the high difficulty world record. And that's the game that we're going to be reviewing today.
yeah,
Yeah,
maybe go up a little bit.
up a little bit. Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. So yeah,
So yeah, uh, the previous the former top player Scar actually deleted his account to make another one just to get HD world record as a troll. So yeah, here we are.
that's pretty much it. Alrighty, we're going to show you the statistics page. So I played a total of 3,860 games over 103 hours to win this 4 million difficulty board. Bring back all the stats. Yeah, I believe I got pretty lucky. I was intending to play for a lot longer than this. But yep,
Yeah, the expected games is like 9,000, and that's only a third of what's expected from the solver perspective. So
yeah. On top of that, I was also using the four corner opening strat for high difficulty, which does raise the expected games by a little bit. All right.
yeah.
Yeah, it does by a little. Let's jump into the replay. I'm going to be using some of Janitor's replay speed mods and stuff to make this a little bit better. Go to the beginning. As I said, I like the four corner starts. So I go around to each corner. A little bit of misclick over there. And then from here, at the beginning, I don't really mind what I do. I'm just doing whatever to get a start. So I do a bit of opening theory. It's not really optimized for this. And then we get to our first guess. So here we're still at the beginning, early game. So I just take a nice easy guess on the side here. I'm going to have to, if I'm adding to the guess counter, first guess.
Yeah. Yeah, the first guess is not the best one, but it's the beginning of the game. At this point, you don't really care if you're going to play solver perfect. You just want to get a decent start.
That's going to be my excuse for the next 5 to 10 guesses.
Yeah.
I think the optimal guess in this situation is probably above the 3 here.
Yeah,
It's
I think so.
the safest, and it gives reasonable, not the greatest odds of information, but it's definitely one of the safest. The alternative maybe here, this 14, this cell here, as there's only 3 unknown cells. But again, early game, you're not really concerned if you lose, you just want to get a bit of a start. Okay, so we get a bit of information here. I make another guess here. This one, not so great.
This one is like 67% if I assume. It's not a 50-50, but it's not really that good. There were other guesses, but this is a fast guess you can do at the beginning of a game.
Yeah. My
You
thoughts...
don't really care if you lose on this one. You just play.
My thoughts were just, I want progress. This guess gives me guaranteed progress. It'll get this cell here. It'll get this cell here. Whereas a guess over here would potentially, it would require more thinking and not really progress the game very far.
Yeah. Actually, at this point, maybe there was things to do on the top right of the 2, but it's not.
Yeah, there are some
It's
options
not
over
really
here.
playable. At the beginning of a board, you prefer to do fast guesses that gives a lot of progress, even
Yeah.
guaranteed progress. So
One of these cells will be pretty safe. Yeah, so we get through here. What a bit of a misclick. Koro informs me there's about 10 of those at least in the game. My strategy is
Yeah,
to play at a speed where I can catch the misclicks, and that's just comfortable for me. But yeah. All right, next guess, third guess of the game.
So here, what I will play here is either bottom right of the 2, which is to expect a 1, or the second thing I could play, which is the one you played, is just above the 3 because it gives a lot of progress.
Yep, I chose the progress. Also, I'm not the biggest fan of corner guesses, so they're usually some of the safer guesses, but they also have lower progress. It's kind of a balance between safety and progress that you have to decide as a high difficulty player.
Yeah, at this point there is also one guess that is really more difficult to find. I only found it looking at the board multiple times, so it's playing right. Maybe you can see it. No, it's 2 rights just on the middle of the 3.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
this one. Yeah,
it's the same as guessing
that's
this one here.
not
Yeah,
the same, but it's weird to think of clicking to the left of the 4.
yeah,
It's because if there is a mine here, it forces too many other things.
has to be a
Such
mine
as a
up
mine.
here and a mine down
Yeah.
here. Yeah, the more that's forced, the less likely it is. Yeah, I didn't see it at all. There are
Yeah.
no face chat
wouldn't-
for this.
I wouldn't have seen it.
Yeah.
So
All right.
you got lucky to get a 4 right there. So it's okay, no problem.
And we're immediately into the next guess. This one, admittedly, wasn't my greatest guess ever.
It was
So
a
the
fast guess.
fourth guess of the
Beginning
game.
of the game.
So I just went
Yeah.
for a nice, easy corner. I know I gave 2 tiles. It's not the greatest progress. It's not the safest. I'd say it's around a 20% guess. Obviously, the best is somewhere around here. Or maybe
Probably
over here.
Yeah, here because it forces 2 mines above and
Yeah.
a lot of safe tiles if there is a mine
Yeah.
here. So
This is the mine. You have to have
Anything-
here and here it's all. There's only one option for all of these mines. That's why it's one of the safer guesses.
apparently my audio is a lot quieter than yours. Maybe you can
All right, I will attempt to fix it. Give
Yep.
me
turn it up.
one moment.
So the guess counter is already at 4. We haven't played more than 30 seconds into the game.
Yep. Could
This
someone?
is very high difficulty. Oh yeah, you should always use the four corner openings, because actually it's not to get more progress or more ways to start. It's because it's because you want to break 50-50s as soon as you can, because uh, in the middle of board, a 50-50s takes a, I believe 6 mines at least to exist, while on the edges it's um, at least 4, and on a corner it's 3. With 3 mines, you can get a 50-50 easily on the corner. That's why you wanna avoid it as soon as possible.
All right.
It's really important to actually do the four corners opening.
I've bumped Koro's audio up, and I'll drop
Yeah,
mine slightly. Let me know if that is better. Otherwise, we'll keep adjusting it. Okay.
thanks. You have a question about your wins.
Yep. 2 wins. So the first win I had was the 100k. So that the first board I won, yeah, was the 100k. I did that to get a bit of coins so I could have proper equipment for the second win. And the second win was this one here, the 4 million. Yeah.
Yeah, only 2 wins and 10 perfects. This makes no sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Y-
So from this guess, the not so great guess, we immediately go into the fifth guess of the game because that gave us no progress. Okay, let me
Yeah.
just update that. So fifth guess, I took a nice easy guess. I just chose this tile here.
Yeah, it's decent. It's really good. For a beginning, it's really a good guess.
I'd say that's, yeah, a bit better than 20%, give or take.
It's not what I think a solver would not play that, but we're at the beginning of the game and we're human, so it's really a good guess. You can definitely play that.
Yeah, Deborabo, it is best to travel around the borders, yes, as you want to remove all the guesses of the game as
Yeah.
fast as possible. It's funny, I tried quite hard to actually travel around the edges, but in the one game that I win, you'll see, I don't do that. Yeah, okay.
I thought, why not just playing the board without caring much?
Yeah. And that guess also gave no progress, so we're immediately into the sixth guess of the game.
So here, I think you were annoyed about getting no openings or no progress, so you went for really angry, angry guess, because
Yeah.
this is, yeah, you just had to click on the top right of the middle two, except of of trying this
Yep, that clearly is a much better
instead.
guess.
Yeah,
But I just went for the chord and managed to get it. Now, this broke open the board, and so finally I got the kind of progress that you're expecting early on. And so it's just a
yeah,
whole bunch of logic. This continues for quite a while. Yeah.
yeah. While
Uh,
the logic goes, maybe we can ask some questions. What did you felt? Why did you wanted to get the world record at first?
so
You seem to. Yeah, no answer. Yeah.
initially, the reason that I started playing again is I wanted to test the 100 by 100 boards and see how difficult they were. As it seemed, one of my friends pointed out that the new 100 by 100 2183 100k board seemed really easy. And so I gave that a go and I won that in 8.5 hours. No,
Which
there
is
wasn't a guess.
really
I
quick.
misclicked, I believe. Yeah. Um, and so, seeing that that was pretty easy, I had a look at what the new possibilities for high difficulty boards were, and I was just having a bit of
It
fun.
was come back a little bit. You've made a guess.
Oh wait, sorry. Where's the guess?
I think 5 moves, yeah, earlier.
Earlier
It's
than this?
you
Oh,
see
back there,
there's a
back there, back
4.
there. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Wow, way back.
No, it's after this. It's way after.
Ah, okay, we'll get there, we'll get there.
Yep.
Still going? Do you have a time? I could jump to the time. Nah.
Um, I don't know where is it.
I should be using my hotkeys, that's right. I've got a new hotkey mod which let me pause the game. Yeah, here we go. So
Okay.
I solved the logic down here.
And there. Yeah,
There we go. Okay, cool, cool. Sorry about that. Missed one.
there we go. So
Yeah.
here, if I remember correctly, you played next to the 4,
Yep.
placing a mine here, which is very good. Nothing much to say about this one.
Yep.
I think most players can see this one.
This guess is quite clear because if this is the mine, you force 3 here, and also this one here, which also forces this mine here, which also forces this mine here, and then these two, and just the more mines that you force that have to be at one specific location, the less likely that combination is. So that was quite an easy guess.
The most forced mines you get, the more the odds are low. So it's yeah.
Yep.
So after that, you got logic, but no, you don't get logic. This is already the end.
Already another guess. I believe I guessed down here this time. This is the next best guess on the board. So that was pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like it's something like I don't know, 5%. The 5 is so likely to share with the 3, so
Yeah, what I do here is I'm
yeah.
just using the mines. I sometimes do this where I place them to try and picture how the board
Yeah,
will look.
you sometimes do this. You do this all the time.
Yeah, sometimes. Nah, I do it quite a lot.
Yeah.
And in this situation, if the mine is not above the 5 here, it would force 3 mines down here, which also means 2 mines here, another mine here, and that makes it extremely likely that it is this configuration. Also, I forgot to update the guess counter by like 2 guesses. Let's, yeah,
Yep.
2 more guesses. Update that. And continue on. I believe that gets me a bunch of logic. Yep.
Let's see if it gives a lot of logic.
Oh, we're out again. Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
so in this scenario,
So here,
I think I
if
took a...
yeah, I think you played here, but by looking at the screen, I would prefer like playing at the next of the 3 on top.
Yeah. This guess here...
Because of the 4, on the left, yeah.
Yeah, this guess is insanely good. If you notice it, so if this is a mine, it forces 2 mines here. It forces 2 mines here, a mine here, a mine here, and a mine here. So basically this entire border is forced. And then
Yeah, it's also forced
it
towards
forces down the other
bottom.
side. So this is a mine, this is a mine, this is a mine, this is a mine, this is a mine. And so you forced such a large section of the board only as one possible configuration. And so this cell is like 1 or 2% chance of being a mine. So
Yeah, it's so good that yeah, but it's really hard to notice.
yeah. So I just took a fairly easy guess. So the logic behind this kind of guess is it's just 1 mine compared to 2. So you can solve this area with a mine here and a mine here. If the mine's in this cell, it takes 3 mines to solve the same area. So 1 less mine means you're equal to your floating cell density chances. Yeah.
It's not really true in that case, since there are other
There's other
possibilities with the
possibilities.
2,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's even lower, so it's okay.
A little bit lower. Nice. Unfortunately, it doesn't... Oh, it does get me somewhere. I thought it was
Oh,
another
it does.
guess.
Yeah, I thought too, but there you got a lot of logic, I think.
Yeah. I'm not remembering my game correctly. We're up to 9 guesses. Yeah, cheers. Thanks for the reminder. Okay. Solving the board. Just following the logic. Oh, there's tons of logic here. Yeah. So, this is why generally you want to solve around the edges of the board, which is exactly not what I'm doing. Because if you solve into the middle, you'll often just get a large amount of logic, and it takes quite a bit of time to go through. So it's better to focus on the edges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really got a large portion of logic to go with right there. Very cool.
That's why I prefer the larger boards because of this period of just normal sweeping. I find it fun, whereas
Yeah,
Koro
I
is more of a fan
understand.
of the higher density.
Yeah, I find no fun in logic anymore. Or I can find fun, but not as much as when I was learning all the logic. Now I only enjoy the game when I have to think really hard about what guess is the right one.
So here, the correct play would be to stop solving up here and start solving in this area down here. It's just a little bit more
Yeah,
efficient to solve this pocket area and along the edge rather than heading back towards the middle. Yeah. However, I was just having fun. Forcing yourself to solve in certain directions, a little bit less fun. Though, if you're aiming for the win on high difficulty, yes, you can mission if you want to. Yeah, but aiming for the win, you've got to try and be efficient. That's why you have to do the four corner starts. You have to solve along the edges as much as possible. Otherwise, you're going to take far longer to get that expected win.
yeah. While you're playing this logic, someone just had a question. I would also like to know the answer to it,
Yep.
which is, shall we call you Mufasa now, or can we stay with Scar?
I haven't thought that far ahead. When I created Mufasa, I wasn't intending to tell people I was Scar particularly. But then again, I didn't imagine that I'd win a 4 million difficulty board. And when that happened, I was like, I kind of need to tell people who I am. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But wow, yeah, that's why you decided to tell people.
Yeah, I'm open to it. Like, Mufasa, Scar, Random 595, depends on where you know me from and what you want to call me. I'm happy with anything. Few misclicks
Oh,
in there. No
some
one saw that.
misclicks.
No one saw that. Alright.
And we're running into the first 50-50 of the game, I believe.
Yeah. When I pause, it goes back a step. Okay, that's what's happening here. Yeah, so first 50-50 of the game here. I didn't really think about it too much. I just go for the 50-50s. Previously, I had a rule where I'd always open the top left when I couldn't decide, but now I just go for the 50-50s.
Yeah, you just play randomly.
Yep. The little pause there is just double checking that it's actually a 50-50. Because sometimes you'll miss the fact that this is a 4 and these two cells are mines or whatever. And if you miss that and you guess when you don't need to, it feels really bad.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
happened to me so much.
Yeah. So
Be
that
be
happened
careful with that.
on one of my runs. And since then, I started pausing just for that moment to double check. Here, I'm wondering if there's logic in this box. I don't think there is. But that's what I'm looking at here when I
Yeah,
start placing flags.
I'm not saying any logic. Yeah, I think there can be good probabilities, but it's really hard to see. I can't say exactly. Yeah, it's better to just play the logic.
I'm going to need to expand this. Does that make sense? So 10 guesses and one of them is a 50-50. That's what I've got the counter showing there. Just so that we can count both total guesses and the number of 50-50s.
Yep.
And also, you have to guess your 50-50s immediately. If you don't, it will take you forever to win one of these boards. Yeah.
Yeah, HD boards is a matter of time. It's a matter of skill, but really it's the time you spend on the board which matters the most. So if you can save some time playing it by doing some strats, do it.
Yep.
Even if it's I don't know, 20 seconds per game, just save it.
But it's going to be way more than 20 seconds. These games, as you'll see,
Yeah.
take quite a while on the larger boards. Yeah.
Yeah. even if you don't like playing 50-50s, if you want to play HD boards, you have to force yourself to do it. Even if you don't like to lose a board you've spent a lot of time with. So, it's, you have to know what's important and what's not.
That's why I
Keep your
suggest,
feelings
yeah.
aside.
That's why I suggest a rule. Because if you can't decide, just have a preset rule. I always guess top left or whatever it is for you, and that way you won't have that issue. Yeah. I don't have admin privileges on the Minesweeper thing, so discuss that somewhere else, please. Thanks. Yeah.
Mhm.
Alrighty, just clearing a bunch of logic. I believe this goes for a while.
Yeah, it's nice with this size. You got logic to work with
Yeah, if I just
pretty
zoom
much
out
all the time.
just for a little bit, you can see this is what we're looking at. So that's the total board, and
This
yeah,
is really bad. You're not playing on the sides, on the edges
at
at
all.
all.
And down here, you can see there's logic down here. And on this side, there'll be some logic. Yeah, up here, I could take this logic across. Definitely would be the better play. But here I
Yeah,
am,
you're
just having some fun.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a good zoom level? Let's go there.
Yeah, the replay is sped up. It's
Yep.
because the how long is the game?
It's
Like
76 minutes, and I believe I'm using 3 times speed. I can check real quick. Yep, 3 times speed mod. Yep.
yeah, we will not wait 30 minutes for you to make a guess why if we can just go go through it immediately.
Yeah. At the end, I took quite some time with some stuff. We'll be able to skip through that and save 10,
Yeah,
20 minutes.
who will play immediately while you can when you can win a world record board.
We can speed it up
It's be-
faster. I will do it for now, but if I miss anything, don't blame me.
I believe you have logic for a long time now.
Yeah, we'll leave it on 5x while we do all the logic. Yeah. This is my normal playing speed, guys. I don't know why you think the replay's sped up. This is just, high
That's
difficulty. Don't want to make any misclicks. It's fine, Just play like this. I wish. Nah.
This is the speed I'm playing at.
Yeah,
Believe me.
this is Koro speed. That is true. I
Trust me.
find when I'm playing high difficulty, I have multiple different modes I play in. So early game, I don't care about the guessing, and I'm playing really fast. And then kind of this mid game, I'm playing at a moderate speed. And then when I get to late game, I'll slow it right down and make sure I don't make any misclicks. Here I should swap down to this section down here, if I know what's good for me.
I think you just played some. Oh no, I believe you finished the logic up there. Yeah, you should
Yeah,
have
and then I swap down.
played the bottom section first.
Yep. Whenever you get an enclosed section like this, you want to solve it straight away. I had a 40 or 50 mine thing, but I didn't get closer than that. Yeah. But with enclosed sections, they're way too big to rely on mine count until you get way later in the game. So you really want to focus and do the guesses or any guessing required in this kind of area to get that out of the way before you keep doing logic on the rest of the board, which could go for who knows how long.
Yeah, make sure you can mind count something if you wanna let it for later.
So, in my opinion, at this stage of the game, with this much of the board left, if I got any mind count situation, I would guess it immediately.
Yeah, yeah. In mind count situation, there's always something more likely than the other thing. So, if you can know what possibility it is, you should play it immediately,
Generally,
not waiting
yeah.
for the mind count.
Less mines, more likely is the play.
Second 50-50.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Jump back just
This
a little
one,
bit.
you didn't even wait one
Yeah.
second before playing it.
Didn't even wait.
Yeah.
Where was it?
Um.
Or did I go back too much?
Well, you did get back too much. Wait, 5 seconds. Yeah, it's there.
Yep, here we go. Another 50-50. Saw it was a 50-50, kind of saw it coming, and just guessed it immediately. Okay,
Yeah.
while that's running, I'll update the counter. 2 50-50 survived. 11
Which is
guesses
already
total.
good. If you if you can win two 50-50s in a row in one game, you should be happy already. But this is not enough for Mufasa.
Not enough. Yeah, leave it at 3 times speed. I think it is a bit better. Yeah.
We want more. We want more 50-50s.
Yeah,
If I remember correctly, there will be one more soon.
Was there another square? I'll get ready to pause then.
No, I believe you have time.
Okay, cool.
Just let it run. Yeah.
In this game, it was actually quite surprising that the majority of the 50-50s were those middle of the board squares, and I had very few on the edges, whereas normally it's the other way around, and most of your guesses will be...
Yeah, it's the rare. It's more rare to see 50-50s in the center. So this is a weird board, a very lucky one. I guess the board is not only lucky. You're also very lucky to win 450. How many? Maybe 4, if I remember correctly. We will see if that's the right number.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, to win so many 50-50s in a row.
Where are you getting the 1 in 10 number from? Like, a lot of the early guesses were probably 80% safe. Later on, I prefer to, in 80% each. Yeah. All right. This kind of area with the walls of mines, it's like good and bad. So it's good because you're removing a lot of mines from the board, but it's bad because you're setting up situations that could lead to lack of information. That's kind of how I think about it when I'm playing. So the win probability start on custom boards is calculated by the best Minesweeper solver that we know, made by MS Coach, running the board a large number of times and then seeing what the win rate is. Yep, so that's how it calculates it. The win rate on this board is 0.0... what is it? 0.011%. There we go. Yeah.
It was... Wait, yeah. 11%.
Yep.
So, yeah, the solver takes, in average, 9,000 games to get the clear. Here, the third 50-50.
Yep. Take a little moment to confirm it's 50-50, and then just guess it and move on.
Yeah.
That was 3 50-50s. Were they in a row? Oh, 2 of them were at least.
Yeah. So at this point, were you feeling like, oh, I got 3 50-50s. The game is starting to become really good. Should I focus on it or not yet?
Not yet. So 3 50-50s, as crazy as it sounds, when you're playing a lot of these, you'll get a lot of games that you'll just ace through tons of 50-50s. I should swap down to this side soon. So I really feel I kind of go on edges that I've solved, which doesn't quite work in this game. But normally I feel if I've done 1 edge, I've got to start. If I've done 2 edges, I'm getting a little bit excited about that. And if I've done 3 edges, I jumped it down here, yeah, then I'm very happy. Yeah. That's kind of how I rate how the games are going. I'm still playing quite fast. I don't change until I've done 3/4 of this board. When I hit around 600 mines, that's when I realize that the board's going well.
Yeah.
In these large boards, the mine counter at the top doesn't start counting down until you're below 1,000 mines. So that's another guide I used. If I got below 999 mines and I noticed, that would trigger me to slow down and start focusing a little bit more, take more time on the guesses, consider the whole board, the whole border, looking for the best guess rather than just going, this is the best guess here, or this guess will do. You don't want to waste a board like that.
Yeah. 2,400 mines is such huge. I could never play for that long in one game, just to see it be blast at the end.
Yeah. I just like it. I just chill. I put on music. The music I'm playing now, if you can hear it in the background, is the music I was listening to when I played the board. Kind of some, what a bit of instrumental music is what I'm into now.
Yeah. To get motivation.
I just enjoy it, having it on in the background.
Yeah, I can't play HD without music.
Sometimes I play while watching something else on YouTube, but I found when I did that on this board in particular, it's too big and it distracts me just a little bit too much. It raises my misclicks by just a little bit, but even one misclick that, can cost you the game.
Yeah, one misclick is already too much.
Yep. Because you're wasting so much time. Like, the worst way... Okay, music might be a bit quiet. The worst way to lose a game is by misclick. Losing by 50-50, I don't care. That's just...
It's alright. It's a game.
That's going to happen. A bad guess, I'm disappointed in myself, but you can learn from it. A misclick is just so frustrating.
It's terrible.
All right.
You have to be careful. It can destroy mental health.
Tell me if
Mistakes are dangerous. No, just keep going.
I'm raising the music volume. Tell me if I made it too loud. Too loud.
Yeah.
What about now?
I usually listen to podcasts when playing large board like that, so I can maybe learn things while playing Minesweeper. I already watched movies while playing, since I can rarely play without thinking.
Everyone's telling me different things. I'll bump it up to here. We'll go with that. If that's too loud, let me know, but otherwise we'll go with that. So getting this section solved here, I was pretty happy. I always enjoy solving pockets, as they're rather dangerous.
Yeah, this pocket you got really lucky.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a 50-50, and then I noticed the extra cell, and I was like, sweet, we're good here.
Yeah. So here you're coming back to the left section.
Left section? Oh, yep, the top here.
To the top section.
Yep.
So
I approve of this choice.
Large boards,
yeah.
When I play large boards like that, I'm trying to enclose an area first before playing it, so I'm sure I cannot make another way to find logic. I prefer to reach the top and then do all the area that is where there is no logic left.
I'm exactly the same. As you can see here, I'm working my way to that top edge. So then when I've got to the top edge and I've closed off all way for information to pass, I know I've got an enclosed area, and now I need to solve that. Yeah, and there's still a little gap here, and now we're closed. So now this section on the left is isolated from the right and needs to be solved. Sometimes, do a little bit. Come on, Scar, what are you doing? Solve over this side.
You're making it more in, I guess.
More secure. Yeah, this isn't enough. We need more. I should swap over to the left soon enough.
Yeah, you should just play on the left side.
Yep. Sometimes I make areas and I don't want to do them because I know that it could lead to a guess and I just want to chill. But I know the correct way to play is to move over to those areas, and I believe I'll come up here and then move across. Don't let me down. Come on, Scar.
Go on the left. Stop playing. Stop playing on the top. Why are you doing that?
There we go.
Okay, finally.
Yeah. Cool. Accepting your fate.
I thought this was a 50-50.
Nah, luckily this tile here, this 3 saved me.
Yeah. You can recognize 50-50 patterns. The mine configuration is always the same for most 50-50s, so you can know in advance what tile will prevent the thing to be a 50-50.
Are we at a
So
guess?
here I believe you have no more logic on the left.
Yep. No more logic, so guessing time. So this...
So here, it's some of the really hardest part of playing HD, since you have so many possibilities and you have to find the best one.
Out of this entire border edge here, from up here all the way down, I had 2 main spots I was considering. So the first spot I was considering was here beneath the 2, and this tile here will give the most information.
Yeah.
This is fairly safe.
You flagged it a bit, I think.
Yeah, I probably
just to
did.
see. Yeah, you can put the replay slower, I think. Because you will be checking the configurations.
So I'm looking from the top, coming down, and I'll see this. And then the second option is down here, which I believe is the one I go with. How long did I spend on this guess?
Wait.
I'm gonna just jump to, if I jump to the next step, it'll put me out where I start. Yeah, you can see here, yeah, I'm flagging these areas. And then I go for this guess here. Yeah. Were there any better options? What do you reckon, Koro? Out of this one and down here? I think here gives a little bit more information, though up here is not bad.
Here, no, I think really the 6 and 5 should share. This is what I will play normally.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, this is the one I will play.
Just gonna update my guess counter and then let it keep playing. Yeah, I think I decided I'd go with this. Yep. Make that guess. At this stage, I'm starting to really doubt myself, obviously. You've got so much relying on these guesses that you don't want to make a stupid guess. And so you're really thinking it through. Yeah. Luckily, that gave me some really nice logic that solved a lot of this area. Oh, yeah, that misclick there. So, right there, I misflagged. It was really funny, I remember this, because about 10 seconds before that, I told myself, I need to be more careful. And then, as that thought was ending, I misclick. And barely catch it. So sometimes you know immediately when you've misflagged, you're just like, I misflagged, stop. That was not one of those moments. That was I'm clicking the next cell when I realize, and then I really quickly stop. Okay, so we're at the next guess here. So yeah, I just focused on this area. I was pretty sure up here didn't have, maybe there was something, but not really. I immediately looked at this area, and I went back and forth a little bit, placing my minds to try and figure out the best, and I decided on this corner here. What do you reckon, Koro?
It's also
oh no, wait, no, this one first.
This
one first, yeah.
Aren't you just flagging it, I believe?
Yeah, I think I did this one first, and then I moved down here.
Yeah, in this situation, I will play at the bottom, because it's not likely to share with the 2 on top. So, another thing I could play is on the bottom left, 3 that shares with the 4.
3 that shares with the 4 down here, yeah.
Yeah, but the one on the left.
That side, yeah, that makes more sense. Yep.
Yeah.
So here, this is actually a common pattern. There's the 2 2s like this with mines on the top and bottom, where normally it's a really good guess. If you see this pattern here, you can just immediately guess the top and bottom. But I wasn't sure, because of the 4 and the 3 interacting, I was trying to calculate all the probabilities or all the possibilities of how the mines could go to make sure it was still a good guess.
Yeah. If there is only the twos, it's a good guess. But the four made it more weird. But it's still really likely because of the three on top, which has one or two mines on the left side, which one can share with the four. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Up here, yeah.
Yeah, no, the three just on the top right of the four.
This three here, yeah.
This
cell
three
here.
has this one has a good chance of sharing, and it reduces the
Probability to
mine
sell.
probability
Yeah.
of the side even more.
Yep, that's what I ended up deciding. Yep. But I was
yeah,
just
this is
making
a
sure.
risky guess. This is a risky guess. I mean, it's probably good, but it's hard to make sure it's really that good.
Yep.
So I
And
would
then-
have played on the bottom, yeah.
No progress. That just hurts.
Yeah.
So you're back straight away to to assessing for the best guess. So I had a look here, and I'm just seeing what's forced, and I realized this isn't forced, and the other way is forced. Yeah, I thought that was this one. Yeah, so I think I just go for that.
Yeah, it's more likely. This one you can see it.
Yeah.
If it shares with the two, it forces too many safe tiles.
Yeah, so there's forcing mines and then there's forcing safe tiles. Both, the more forcing a particular choice is, the less likely. As a quick rule of thumb.
Yeah, here the guess is obvious. Like, I think maybe a lot of people can see which one is it, but you still decided to flag it to see.
Yeah. If this tile here is a mine, then these three all have to be mines, and it also forces a mine here, and a mine here, and a mine here, and a mine here, which very forcing and additional mines. So it's extremely unlikely.
It forces so many things that it's probably less than 5% mine probability.
Yep. But again, at this stage of the game, you're doubting everything. At least I'm not doubting basic logic yet. That comes later.
Yeah.
You just want to be very sure, because you don't want to do something dumb.
I absolutely can't play on phone, Mario. If I
Yeah.
play on phone, I'm gonna misclick every single tap. It's awful.
And yet again, we don't get progress. So now I'm assessing for a third time in a row, looking for the next guess. And each progressive guess, depending on how much info you get, it feels like they get worse and worse and worse, because you take your best options first, and then you're left with what you got. I'm checking how forcing a particular cell is. That's what I was looking at there.
This one forces a lot of things.
And that's why I go for it.
Saying it. Yeah. It's not easy to see. You played well.
Hopefully that's this section done. I don't remember. I was worried. So this here could have been a 50-50.
Here there is logic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you quickly realize it's the other way around.
Yep. I was placing those flags to double check that the box logic actually worked.
Yeah.
But seeing that this cell here, when it was open, I immediately went to check. Like, that became my priority to solve this cell immediately. Because if this was a flag, then you've got a very likely, probably actually confirmed 50-50. So that's one of the things, when you know your 50-50 patterns, you start seeing it in advance and you want to solve that first.
I don't think there were any pseudos on this board. We will not be able to really explain it.
Yeah, there weren't on this one.
It's the same concept. You're trying to look for 50-50s in advance.
Yep.
Was that a guess? What you just did?
No, that wasn't a guess yet.
No,
this is going to be a guess. So this one
so here, it's really tough.
Yep. So I only saw this as my option, and I'm just calculating, just making sure there is actually a guess here. But it turns out that this cell over here is pretty good. I didn't see that previously. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really difficult to see, and it's always scary to play between two tiles that could be connected with a mine.
Yeah. But if this is a mine, it forces here and here, and it forces a lot of safe cells, and that's why it's not likely. Yeah. But I just focused on this section here.
It's more of a solver guess, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. I would not feel confident guessing there. You also have to balance information gain as well. So this guess I'm going to make down here guarantees gives me information. Like I get multiple cells, and it's highly likely with how they interact, it'll give me further info. This cell here, will it give info? Well, hard to say.
Yeah, I agree.
And then there's still this guess down here, I'd say, is the other option. Yep. I confirmed it, and then build up the courage to make the chord. There we go.
Yeah. Feels good when you get a guess like that.
For sure.
Until you play the you play the logic and notice you have maybe a 50-50.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a 50-50.
This is a 50-50.
Like, you can see it's already. You can already see that it's a 50-50. It's kind of you need to practice to see it this way.
Yep. So I spotted this 50-50. Yeah. And I decided I wanted to solve the area.
Three mines.
Yeah. I figured I'd solve the area first and then pray. But these three mines here, with this spacing, it's a 50-50 already. Yeah. And this one here, I pause for a bit. I pray just a little. And I go for it. And when I get it, I fist pumped in real life. I was like, yes! I was actually really happy. Force 50-50. And now I'm down to a quarter of the board left. 600 mines. And now I change my playing style. So now I start playing carefully. I slow right down. And yeah. You should be able to see. Yeah.
You end up checking logic with flags. Like you're playing really carefully.
4 50-50s. Yeah. You'll see just these little pauses when I place that flag instead of insta-cording. I'm double checking. I'm counting how many flags are around that 5. I'm just really making sure I haven't made any mistakes, because to misclick at this stage of a game would be a disaster.
It's like, yeah. How many mines left? 300, 400?
5 to 600. Still a quarter of the board, but that's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a big board.
Man, I could never play that.
So. Again, you really should be solving around the edges of the board here, but at this stage, I deliberately avoided the edges because I wanted to solve the board more. I was having fun, so I decided to solve this inner area first instead of going to this edge. Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, the board is really nice.
Yeah, quite a nice board.
With a lot of logic, not too dense. Just what you need to have fun playing. It's not easy, it's not hard. Normal logic.
I was happy with that 7. I was very happy with the 7. I was like, yes, mine's gone. Mine's removed from the board.
Yeah. This 7 was really good. Good to see.
Hey Lucas, how's it going? We did a reveal at the beginning of the stream that Mufasa is in fact Scar. Yeah, so I agree. Mufasa's pretty good.
I did some investigations to find out that this Mufasa was Scar.
Yeah.
I had to ask him some questions.
Shocking, I know, Lucas. Like, who could have predicted that? Hey, Lim, how's it going?
Hey,
Isolated section? Not yet. This is all one section left.
This at the middle is not really an isolated section.
Yeah, it's still got the
Oh
opening.
yeah, the game has no isolated. Oh, your game. Okay, your game.
Oh, his game. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes way more sense.
Good luck on your game. I'm sure you will. You will get lucky.
Hey, Curtis, how's it going? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was sure you were going to survive.
Yeah. So here, that flag was placed from logic. And yet I'm doubting it and I'm double checking the logic before I continue on. Yeah. Actually removed it, redid all the logic, reflagged it out, and confirmed that we're still good.
It's better to lose time confirming than just losing a game to not saying the logic.
Yeah.
Losing to logic is it even worse than misclicking? I
Yes.
think so.
Yes. Guessing while there's logic on the board is worse than misclicking. Yep.
If you win a game but still miss logic at some point, it's bad. Like
Yep.
I cannot be proud of myself if I clear a game that has guesses instead of logic.
Yep.
That has guesses while there was still logic.
Agreed. I was really happy completing that area, how it solved without a guess. I was yeah, very happy with that.
So many scary moments. I see the mines, and I wonder how it's not a 50-50.
Yeah.
It
I'm
should
looking
be,
here.
but
I'm
it's
looking
not.
here and I'm like, oh, please no.
Yeah. So here, you just need one mine on the top right to make to make it 99% a 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah, this mine right here. It makes the square 50-50 if that is a mine.
Yeah.
I mean, the 4 could have 2 mines, but
It
it's
doesn't
not
work with
likely.
this side because then this side it actually has to be an X there. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
yeah,
it has to be. Yeah.
has to be if the
If this
tile
is
is mine.
Yep.
So
Yep. I think my overall efficiency was around 69%. I did start safety clicking a little bit. Just a little.
yeah, you still have 400 safety codes, which is not a lot out of 5,000 clicks.
Yeah.
I usually have as much safety code clicks than I clicked like 2,000 times and I have 3,000 safety codes.
Yeah.
I hate to misclick, so I'm doing the right things that too.
Fair enough. For those that are wondering, safety cording is where you click to chord a number just to double check before you place a flag that the number isn't already satisfied. Yeah. We're getting towards the end of the game here. Logic still going. Pretty happy with that. And we also don't have any pockets. We're just one area. This is all that's left of the board.
Getting closer and closer. But the section at the top is very scary with the 2 and the 4.
There's no logic up here. As you can see, I was trying to work up first, but I just got forced down by the lack of logic. So sometimes you just got to go where the board takes you. Was I scared? I was excited at this point. I have logic. I'm excited.
Yeah, but I would be so scared about the top section.
Yeah, I put it out of my mind. I was like, I can't get there. Follow the logic, and then we'll see.
Yeah, when I get that far, I'm usually starting to shake a little bit. my hand's sleepy. It gets really difficult not to misclick.
Yep. Yeah. It's a balance for me of just not being too excited, just keeping under control. Are we at a guessing point?
Yeah, I think here
we are.
you checked
Yep.
a bit on the top.
Yep. So here I started from the top, and I went through the entire border, and I was considering this cell here. I decided the progress was bad, so that's why I didn't go for that. The next guess I was looking at, probably, I don't think there's anything decent here. I came down, looked at this cell. Yeah, so you see, I was considering it. I considered here. Here was probably the next big one. Is a good guess. But continuing on through the board, this cell here is actually probably the best guess. I didn't realize at the time. The reason for that is you've got 1 mine here and 2 mines here, and so there's only 2 adjacent cells, and that 2 also has 5 possibilities if it's not shared here. So this guess is insanely good. And then this guess here is what I went for.
Yeah, it's also really good. I don't know what percent it is, but it's really low. It's even better than the one on the middle.
Yeah, this one here is safer than this cell, but this cell gives more information.
I think so. Yeah, this cell on the right gives not much info, except if it's a 2, but it's not likely. Could be a 7 though.
Oh, if that was a 7, yes. So the reason this cell's likely is if this is a mine, then it forces 3 mines here. Whereas it's much more likely you've got 2 combinations for a mine here, and then you've also got 3 combinations for 2 mines in this section here. As you can see, I'm still just up here, so I was considering this cell here for a little bit. I'm just basically doing a full sweep of the entire border and assessing every single one. Yes, Curtis, I am Mufasa. Yeah, that is the case. I thought about that for a little bit, but quickly decided that was a no, and now I move on to here. So yeah, I really checked every single possibility at this stage. It's really hard to decide between them, because I don't actually do the math. I don't fully calculate the precise percentage of each cell. I estimate. And
nobody does the math.
Your estimations of this cell, they're all going to be about the same. Yeah. And in the end, coincidentally, I work back up. I go this one, then I guess here, and then I guess here. But I do think it was a reasonable order. These 3 were the best guesses. This guess, and this guess were the best 3 guesses out of this area. The solver actually says this cell. I don't understand. As a human, I'd say this one, and this one are the best guesses. Yep.
Yeah, so the cell at the middle of the little thing here is really good because it almost gives guaranteed progress. If it's a 3, you can just assume if it's a 3, it's logic. If it's a 5, it's really likely to share with the 2, and if it's a 6, it's also logic. So you have a really good chance of being able to continue from there.
Yet I got a 4, but that leaves the best guess is this cell here, which I immediately go to, but I'm confirming that it's the best guess. And then from here, the best guess is going to be this cell, though it's a bit more complicated. And again, I had to confirm.
Yeah, this one is the safest because the 5 could share with the 2, and the 4 could also share with the 2.
For this to be a mine,
yeah,
it forces this cell as well, and then your 2 here. So it forces everything. Hey, QX, nice, welcome. Yep, I may have missed some guesses. I updated the guess counter for 3 guesses. This one, and is that a 4th guess? We'll just add 1 more, for sure. Okay, so we didn't end up getting progress there, which was very unfortunate. So I'm assessing to make sure there's no good guess around here. I believe at this stage
I don't think there is.
I got it up in paint, just so I could chuck some different colors in there. and I decided there was nothing good here, so I moved on to my previous guess, or my previous section over here.
Yeah, at this point, I would play on the bottom right of the two.
Yep.
Yeah, just here. This is the guess I will go for.
Yeah.
The reason for it is that it's a really common guess pattern. I recognize it, and I know this is usually the best cell to go for.
Additionally, the 3 down here and this 2 really constrains the 2, which leads me to my next guess, which is this cell here. And I was immediately sure the best guess on this entire board was in this area. I just had to confirm which cell and why. So I decided this one being adjacent to just some of the 3 wasn't as good as this cell up here, not being adjacent to the 3 and having these 2 next to it. Pretty much anything you get here, a 1 or a 5 is logic, and a 2, 3, or 4 have the same best guess next. So this cell is by far the best. Just confirming, it's a little bit complicated to see exactly all the possibilities with this 3 down here, because you could have here, or 2 sharing there. And so I was trying to count, and then I decided, what am I doing? That's going to be the best guess anyway. And here I'm just again confirming. I see that you can force all 4 mines to be on the outside of the 4. If this is a mine, this is a mine, 1 above the 3 and 1 here, which means this 4 has 4 cells left. All 4 of these would have to be mines. That's extremely unlikely. So this cell here is the best guess. It's also progress. Yeah.
Yeah, forcing 4 mines and even more reduces the probability so much. You just can't not play it.
I'd say that's less than 5%. It's like 2-3% there. So here I get a bit hype because I got logic again, and then I have to control myself and slow down a little bit. So here you can see I slow down just a little bit there. I was going too fast, and I was like, chill, double check. See, that was the safety chord. I'm safety chording now. I safety chorded that 5.
Nice 7.
Yeah.
By the way, do you still count the number of guesses, or did you forget about it?
So there may have been a small section where I didn't, but I added in since the guesses here. I did count. So we're at 24 guesses with 4 50-50s. Hopefully I didn't miss any.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, see, safety chording there. Again, getting a lot of logic. I get excited and then have to rein it in. Safety chording, yeah, you can see I've really stepped up the safety chording here. Or stopping to make sure. See, that pause there to check that was the mine, like, that's a ridiculously long pause. You can instantly see that's a mine. But no, I'm just double checking everything, because this is it. This is all that's left. We're down to less than 200 mines.
This could be it. I wonder if Mufasa wins this game.
I'll tell you, Mufasa's hands were sweaty right now. Yeah.
This part is scary, but you got so lucky to get 2 here and 1.
Oh yeah. How did I get that?
So lucky.
Yep. Take my time, confirm those 3 mines, double check it all, double check everything.
Yeah, this board is amazing.
For sure. Yeah. The amount of logic I had here. Oh.
Yeah, it's really a lot. Everything goes without problem in this board. The only real difficulty is the 50-50s and doing the right guesses. But if you do the right guesses, this board is really insane when you think about it.
For sure.
None of the guesses none of the good guesses were wrong, actually, I think.
I hope so. I took all the good guesses.
No, I mean, yeah, in in normal boards, you often get like a 10% that is a mine,
For sure.
and in this one, y- all 10% are safe.
Yep.
You never get a false guess.
For sure. It's one of the disappointing things is you make the calculations, you figure out the best guess, and you're still wrong. It's like it's just part of high difficulty. That's how it is. 10% is still 10% of the time you're going to lose the game. And most of these guesses are slightly more risky than 10%. They'd be in like the 15% range a lot of the time.
Yeah.
This section here, I was so happy.
I
I pause and I see both these cells and I'm like, this solves. Awesome.
This was the scariest part.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Yep. I see this. I'm like, where's the logic? This 6. Double checking. Look, basic logic, double checking. And then here, I'm like, okay.
So here, there is a bit to explain, I think. Because there is one cell, one floating cell,
This
which
cell here.
means you can mind count it. I'll let you explain.
Yeah, pretty much I'm assessing that this cell here means that this isn't necessarily a forced guess, and that if I leave it for mind count, I will get more information. So that's what I'm checking here. And then I decide to solve this edge next. This area, again, this is small enough and we're late enough in the game that for sure you want to mind count for that tiny bit of extra information.
Yeah.
Or potentially...
If you're past 80% of the game, you should just go for mind count if you
I
can.
agree. 50, 80%, somewhere around there. Before 50%, guess mind counts immediately. So I have this term I call ambiguity, and mind count adds ambiguity. And if you have multiple sources of ambiguity, then it's not good. So if you've got 2 situations that require a mind count finish, then you're way less likely to actually be able to solve that logically. And if you've got 3 situations, 3 bits of ambiguity, good luck. So that's why early on, you just got to guess to remove that ambiguity from the game. Even if it's a forced solve with mind count, like it's either 2 or 3 minds, if you've got multiple of those situations, it becomes a guess.
Yeah. Another thing is also when you have multiple mind count spots. If you have multiple mind count spots and they don't go together, you should guess one, only one, and leave the other one for the end.
Yep. Okay, so we're at another guess. Here we are. Yep. Okay. So looking at this, I decide to guess in the big section first, as I feel that potential mind counts will be how many minds are left? 55. Yeah. So now I'm really excited. I've had 2 or 3 boards get to around 50, and I always lost on the very next guess. But I decided that these 2 sections I'd leave, so I'd focus on this one. And the cells I was looking at, well, for this one, I guessed here pretty much straight away. I decided this was the best guess.
This is the best guess.
Yep. The reason for that...
Nothing else to say about it.
Is this guess is pretty safe. You'd expect the mine to be here. And it gives guaranteed progress. If the mine is here, you get these 3 cells safe. And if the mine is here, you get a large amount of progress here. So whichever way it is, you get huge progress. So easy guess. Relative to the state of the board anyway.
Guaranteed progress is more important than probability. When there is only like 10% difference, just go for the guaranteed logic.
Yep. The only other choice somewhere up here, I wasn't really considering it. I actually never considered it in the whole thing. I think that's the only other option. There's other guesses around here that are equal probability to this, but just not as good. Yeah.
Guesses on top are scary. Not really that good.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was the best guess by far. Would have played that without thinking. Where is the best one?
I'm definitely going to be thinking about this. Yeah, so we can see I'm considering that cell. I'm not sure if I flag it out. I might not. At this stage, I'm pretty sure I've got paint open. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's safety and progress are the two things that you need to consider for your guesses. Yeah. I'm just calculating. I was really happy seeing how much progress this would give.
yeah. You're a paint player.
Yeah.
I personally never use paint myself. I do everything in my mind because I don't know. I don't look for combinations.
Yeah,
I use
yeah, go ahead.
I use what I know.
Yeah, use the patterns. I'm all
Yeah,
about the combinations. Yeah.
yeah. We're not really we don't really have the same style of guessing. You're more like checking every possibility and figure out which one is the best. And I'm more like, okay, I recognize this pattern and I know this is the best guess when I encounter this.
Yep. That's a good style if you're going for speed, if you're going for expert endurance, arena, those kind of things. Learning the patterns will really
Yeah.
help there.
It's also really good for really high density since what matters the most is the speed you can do the guesses.
Yep. So here, basic logic. I am thinking this long about it. I didn't even see this immediately. I did, okay. It took me a while. I didn't notice it straight away. And then I get a little bit excited, and then I'm like, okay, calm down, calm down.
Yeah. Oh, I recognize this. It's the scariest guess of the entire world.
Agreed.
So this one,
Yeah. So,
maybe,
yeah, right here.
yeah,
I'm going to need to tap it so it goes one more step. There we go. Let me go back. Cool. So this situation here, I'll check the mines for you. We're down to 41 mines. Let's update the guest counter. Well, Koro, which options would you be considering?
here I will share with the five. Like I will do that because I don't see any other possibility that is not I mean it's the best one for progress, I think.
Yep.
Uh, I could play um, right to the four. Just
Yep.
yeah, this one. I could play this one hoping for a three, but a four really isn't good. So I think in this case I would really go with for the mine sharing between the five and the three.
Yep.
Just probably like you did,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's the kind of guess that just makes the game blast at the end.
100%.
You rarely see that a lot.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
So the 4, I considered the 4 as well. That was my first choice. And then I thought the progress would be better over here. There is the possibility of underneath the 3 here. I didn't consider it during the game. I didn't notice. I still think the better guess is down
Nah.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like this one. I don't see how it could give progress.
That's
if
the reasoning.
If it's a four, I have no idea what to play then.
That's like, yeah, I hate it when you make a guess and then it makes it more confusing.
Oh wait, no. If it's a four, you just play at the left of the two. But yeah, it's
Yeah, down here.
yeah here, but it's hard to explain. This is not really a playable guess.
Yeah. So when I was making this guess, I was like, I think this is it, but I wasn't happy. Put it that way. I wasn't happy to be making that guess. You know what? I'm gonna just speed it up by tapping this twice, and then we'll head back, and I should be solving the logic. Oh no, I placed flags. I placed flags to check it
Yeah.
out. That's what I did. Yeah.
Always. You're not safety coding, but you're placing a lot of flags all the time.
Yeah.
It's your way to check.
It's my way to confirm the guesses that I've thought of, and it's like, okay, that does work. That's the probabilities.
Yeah. When I'm checking, when I'm looking for probability and stuff, I code the tiles to see to which one they are connected. I don't place flags.
Yeah. And then we get a bunch of logic.
Oh, you
See
got
this?
so lucky.
Oh, that is that flag there. Oh. Yeah. I'm spending this long just double checking that, yep, that works. That's safe. These ones are safe. Yeah, I did one of those calls to check where the mine is. Basic logic here. Solving this chain was nice. I wasn't very worried that would be a 50-50 based on the 5. It should solve. Okay. Here we go. We're on to the last area now. And we're sitting at 25 mines.
And 25 mines is not enough to mine count.
Cannot be done in this area.
Yeah. But you have great probabilities with the 2 at the center of the bottom section.
So the 2 sections I was looking at was down here. There's this cell here under the 3.
This cell is really good.
And the other option is above the 2. At first, I wasn't quite sure it was a good guess. And then I realized this 3 has 2 mines in these 3 cells. So high likelihood one's here. 1 has to be shared with this 2. Highly likely that this is a mine. And out of these 2 cells, this one here gives better information. And so that's the conclusion I came to for that guess.
Yeah. It's the best one by far.
Yeah. Just with all this area limited around it, it should work out to something is the idea. Yeah, I updated the guess counter for this one. That was 27, give or take. How long did I spend on this? Yeah, so there's the 2 there. And then I double check the logic. And here.
Double checking. And here. This 4 right there that you're gonna click.
That 4.
This one. This is the tile click that gives you what it gives you mine count.
That
so
4,
this is because you won the game because of this 4.
I won the game because of that 4. And I realized it. So when I was doing the previous 2 guess, I'd counted the mine count. And I knew I was within a few mines. I knew 4 up here and a bunch down here. And I came across 19 mines left. And I got that 4. And I double check it. And I see the mine count. And the mine count solves this top section. It solves almost all this bottom section. And I'm sitting there. I'm just like, this is mine count.
Maybe you can count it to show people how you do that.
Yeah, sure. I'll show you how I count it. Give me one moment. I'll pause the game. And then I opened it in Paint. So you just come down here and you open it in the editor.
If you can load. Yes.
If it can load. For me, it takes a while to load the editor the first time.
It's worth it.
Yep, for sure. And so for mine counts, I like to do it this way. Where are we at? Over here. I use the fill tool. And the way I do mine count is I place flags that will solve the most area. So out of these 2 cells, this one here gives more information. So it solves more area. It's not going to be worse than that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That section is 4 mines. And then I come down here and I go, well, it's here, which forces these 3. But that's fine, because if you do it the other way, it uses the same amount. Share the mine, share the mine. So you're just sharing as much as possible. And it's very rare that that won't work out to be the best situation. And that's 19 flags. And so that is the minimum number of mines to solve this area is 19. And if we check over here, we have 19 mines left. And so what that means is that you can be sure that every single one of the floating cells, a cell that is not touching another area, is safe. You can actually get additional information from that, like certain sections have to be a mine, otherwise it uses more mines, but really easy is that the floating cells in this situation are all safe. Now, I didn't trust this. I spent, I think, 10 minutes or so looking around the entire board. So I was just scrolling the board, looking at every single flag, trying to see if I'd missed any, if I double flagged and survived. So it is possible that you can like place an extra flag on the corner here and then still survive. Because if that was the case and there was one extra mine, I'd lose the game. So I spent quite a while looking at that, and even after I spent all that time, I still didn't trust the mine count like completely. I didn't just click all the floating cells, because I could have just theoretically just clicked all the floating cells. But what I did was I clicked this one first, and then I'm gonna have to do that again. After I clicked that one,
around this time you have to process the fact that you have won the game.
Yeah, right now I'm almost in shock. I'm like, I've won a 4 million difficulty board. No hints, not gonna hint. I would rather lose. If I had to choose between winning a 4 million board with a hint or losing, I would lose every time.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
if you use hints, you didn't win the board by yourself.
Yeah. So in this situation, it's really funny. I know that this tile is a mine because I've mine counted, right?
It has to be.
So the only way for this 3 to have an extra mine is if it shares with another number. So this one has to be a mine. I know that. And yet, I don't trust it. And so after a while, possibly quite a while, I click another floating cell, one at a time. I click this floating cell here. And this one's quite amusing because this gives logic and I don't see it. I flagged a few more times. Come on, just click this cell already. 3. Yeah. Okay, so there is straight up logic here. The logic is 2 mines here, 1 mine has to be here, this cell's safe. And in my brain, I'm looking at this and I go, there's logic here, and I couldn't figure it out. So eventually, I just go another floating cell.
I guess you could just do that.
Because I'm like, floating cells are safe. I know this. So I eventually go here. It's so obvious, but I didn't see it. And I get this 5 here. Grab that 5. Okay. And so now, instead of trying to solve this logic here, what I sit here doing in my head is I sit here mine counting around the 5, going, okay, so if this is a mine, like, what I want to determine is, does one of these have to be a mine?
What are you doing, man?
So in my head, I'm going, there's 2 here. If there's 3 here, one of these doesn't have to be a mine. Or I'm trying to figure that out, that if I can confirm there's a mine in one of these 2 cells, which we know the mine is here.
Your brain is not processing.
We know the mine's here. This is clearly safe. Mine count says these are safe. So the reason I went that cell is mine count. And then I finally see this. I'm like, yes, here we go. And then I'm double checking everything. Very carefully. Pause. Safety cord. Pause.
Make sure you don't misclick.
Yep. Yep. I checked this 5 like twice. Double checked that my equipment was boosted.
Yeah.
And yep, I don't know why I spent so long looking at that. And then here, my brain melts for a moment. And then I realize the 5 is right there. And that this is in fact not a 50-50.
This is not a 50-50.
And that I have completed a 4,200,000 difficulty board.
GG in the chat.
Minesweeper. Yeah.
Mufasa got it.
Casual, 57,277 onyx and 10 million mine coins, or in other words, 10 perfects at once.
Yeah. This is insane. Congrats again.
Thank you, thank you. And there you have it. That's our analysis of the new World of Minesweeper high difficulty record board.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, it's been great. 28 guesses, only 4 50-50s. Yeah.
Insane game.
That's all
Insane.
it takes. Just zoom out to try and put the whole thing on the screen at once. It's so big.
Nice flex.
Yeah. Cool. I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for watching. It's been a real good time. Hope you enjoyed it. I will let you, Mufasa, say the last words.
I have to bring the board. I will. Yeah, it was great fun analyzing this board. It was great to hear another perspective and go over all the guesses. Always more to learn. I hope you guys had fun. Yep, seeing what it was like to win this board. And also thank you, Janitor, for the replay mods. Without these replay mods, this wouldn't have been possible.
Thank you, Crystal, also.
Yeah, Crystal.
The pose thing is really useful.
Yeah. Okay.
And also tell us if you like this kind of thing and if you want to see more of it. Maybe this could become something more usual. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
See you, everyone.
See you guys next time. Bye.